Dude, this is so good. Oh, look at this. This is an absolutely massive day for the build. We are finally seeing the steel frames go in for the primary dwelling pavilion. It's something that we've been designing from day one, and it has been something that has been blocking the progress for so long. So in this video, we're going to be diving in to have a look at the progress so far and show you what this looks like at the end. So here we are in the secondary dwelling doing tile setout. Now, tile setout is something that you don't really think about as a non-builder, but it's so important. The attention to detail that these guys put in is insane because they set out the tiles and they get it perfect so that they know exactly where they're going to be cut, where they're going to line up, so that when you walk in, it just feels spot on. And you don't know why, but it's because they've paid attention to the small details. Once you see them do this, you walk into normal bathrooms, you go, there's a difference. You can see the difference between a high-end build and a normal build where they don't care about these things. So it was very cool to actually see the team working together to actually get the perfect tile set out. Outside over here, the boys have had to rip out all the doors because I made a bit of a rookie error. We originally wanted decking down here, so it was all good because the water falls through the deck, but then I decided to change this all to a tiled surface, which meant that they had to rip out all the doors, they had to re-waterproof everything, we had to order stainless steel drains, we had to cut in new drains and just create a whole bunch of redo work, which trades love doing. The nice thing is that we're almost there. I've been promised that we should have this front all cladded up this week, so very excited to see that. It's going to look sick and tired of seeing the sarking out here. So over here you can see our secondary office. This is looking epic. They've just finished all the cladding in here and just needs to be cut. But what we've done here is we've turned a shed into something that looks pretty special and it just helps it blend in to the rest of the buildings rather than this ugly little grey entrance. Now, obviously the house is very small. It's 120 square meters, which is the maximum you can build for a secondary dwelling in our area. So we built a shed, which will act as my office. One thing we thought was, hey, if we built it inside of a shed, we'll probably save heaps of money. We could not be more wrong about that decision. It has actually been a little bit of an expensive journey, which is something that you learn. Because sheds are built in a way that doesn't matter if things are plumb or square, because it's a shed, so it doesn't matter. To try and fit it out properly inside just ends up costing a lot of cash. And because we've done things like added a shower shuggy bun front and stuff, we probably would have been better off just to build it from scratch. You'll end up with a much higher quality product in the end. So we're just having a chat here about trying to look at some options for the rake ceiling. Originally, we had a lighter timber in here for this kind of front section, which was quite nice and bright. But the problem with that is that it does grey over time, especially when it's exposed like this. You end up with uneven greying where the water hits it, kind of starts greying, and then internally you're left with the original and it looks pretty bad. So we then opted for charred, but now the problem with the char is obviously it's expensive. It's very hard to also work on there. So we're just trying to see if we can save a little bit of money. It's something that you don't really notice too much. So we might just go with a villa board ceiling. It's a cement sheet, but it's more like a plasterboard. So we kind of look like it's following in through there. We think it could be quite a good option. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably set the villa board, primer layer on it. And then after that, we can decide if we want to leave it on a light color, similar to the internal ceiling, or if we're going to paint it black to kind of match the outside. That'll just give us some options that we can actually see. And then we are going to leave it so that if we hated it so much, we could always put char on top, which is obviously way more expensive than going the original option, but it does give you options. And I like to leave myself open for options. Dude, this is so good. That's freaking gold. I'm actually legitimately so pumped. The block work for the fireplace has gone in and I've only seen photos and I just saw it here on site and I am actually blown away. This is exactly what we imagined for this place. Sim was like a bit worried. She was saying, oh, we're blocking the view, but this is the whole point. That is the feature. It's a massive stone fireplace that's open on both sides. And then as you come around the corner, the view's gonna open up. So you get two basically wow moments as you enter this building, and it just looks so epic in person. So I can't wait for everyone to see it. So what we've got here is the steel portal frame. So it's very similar to the secondary dwelling that we spoke through, but we needed this for the high winds here and just keep this building really strong in the wind, and so it can just stand and not flex. And then through here, we've got our LVL rafters going in, which the boys have absolutely smashed through. This has happened in like a week, so real quick. And then from there, what we're gonna have is a drop ceiling. So drop ceilings will allow the surfaces like aircon, and then being able to cross from one wing to the other. We'll run electrical and all that kind of stuff, or networking through there. This has been a piece I've been waiting for a long time. It's really changed the whole look of the building. Before this, we really just had a box. It was pretty sad, to be honest. I wasn't very impressed with it. But now that we've got these frames in, the whole building's changed and it looks so much better. From here, we can get the roof on, which will mean that we can get this place weather tight, because it still rains in here. There's still like mud everywhere. But once we get this in, we're on the way. Look, I can feel that we're actually making some real good progress now. So very excited. Hopefully we can get this thing done in the next couple of months so that we can open the doors. So as you can see, Agape is well and truly past the halfway mark here. So if you do want to sign up for some updates, visit our website, sign up. We will be doing early discounts for the people that subscribe now. So check it out and stay tuned for the next video. This build is really moving along fast and all the cool parts are coming out. The finishes are going in and it's starting to really look like something special.